Hey all, and welcome to Geek Freaks. I am Frank, and I'm joined by Daniel.
Hola.
And today we're going to be talking about some plagiarism in the world of Magic the Gathering. Tencent and Chinese police officers stopping cheating, some new Xbox policies, Amazon's new game studio, and Microsoft getting interested in that Discord. But first, Daniel, what have you been playing? What have you been watching?
Playing mostly Call of Duty. I kind of got back into WoW a little bit. Final
I
Fantasy
saw that.
MMO. Like I,
Yeah,
I, I got the subscription going.
yeah.
Um, and then also I've been reading. I've been reading still, reading the Twilight book, and then watching. There's nothing really good right now. I have not been watching that new Marvel show.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I'm just kind of waiting until it like gets to the end, and then I'll start watching it.
You're not the only person I've heard that from. There are quite a few people doing that as well. Um, I'm watching it day one and recording our Patreon podcast about it. But yeah, it's been
I
pretty
heard
good so
it's
far.
Oh, really? I heard it's not that great compared to WandaVision.
Fair. WandaVision. Well, a lot of like WandaVision speculation and stuff like that made it really fun to watch. It was very innovative the way they did that show. This one is pretty straightforward. It's much more of like a Jack
Yeah.
Bauer kind of thing. You're just watching a spy thriller. Not much to it. All right, let's go ahead and get into the news. Um,
Well, what about you? What are you playing?
ooh, thank you. I'll correct that. um, Myself, I've been playing Satisfactory like crazy. And then I just started God of War on our stream. So
Oh,
yeah, I get the PlayStation library. Uh, I'm I'm trying to master those controls. I'm so bad at controls in that game, but I will master it. Like the way you have to like turn the block real fast, like that quick turn. I gotta
yeah.
learn that. But really,
So
what's
was
that?
that Ragnarok thing an April Fool's thing, or is it like a legit God of War Ragnarok thing I seen? No.
No, I think that's real. No, that's real. That's a
Oh, it's
feature.
real.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay. Because I thought I seen it like on pretty much April 1st, I believe, and I'm like, wait, is that real or is
Well,
that like a?
they may be. I didn't see the re-announcement or something like that they did on there, but I know they have announced it back like last year or
Oh,
something like
okay.
that at one of the mini virtual events. That is. And then watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I really like what they or no sorry what it's called What We Do in the Shadows. It's a show done by Jermaine Clement and Taika Waititi. You guys are familiar with Taika Waititi about these vampires that are just like living together in a house in Staten Island and the shenanigans they get into. It's a hilarious show, very well written, and I've already rewatched it twice. It is a lot of fun to watch. I gotta watch the movie, so I keep it off. But yeah, there's a movie for it
Hmm.
that's all based off. That's what I've been doing. Okay, let's get into the news. Magic card artist has been suspended for plagiarism. The artist's name is Jason Felix, and the allegations are over a card called Crux of Fate. This is the remake of the card, and there's like dragons fighting on it. One of the dragons is stolen from a Twitter, well, we know of a Twitter user. So, Twitter user OMG Scary Pet, great name, posted a video
Hmm.
of them comparing their art to the card's art, and it's an exact fit. He even mentions that the one part you could tell the artist actually did redraw was the part where the deviant art watermark is, because there's a deviant art watermark on a lot of these things to make sure that people don't steal the art. He redrew that part. It's like in the chest part of the dragon. Uh, Daniel, when's the last time you played Magic the Gathering?
Uh, that would be with you when I whipped your ass at your old house. Remember?
I love that. That's the part that you remember when I whooped your ass at your old house. Yeah, it's been forever and a day. I have like new Magic decks too, like ready to play whenever we go. But yeah, it's
Oh
been a
shit!
bit.
I still got my cards. They're in my drawer.
Hey, I got my vaccine. You got your vaccine. I'm just saying, might have to throw down some Magic the Gathering game. I'll record it. I've always got to be
I mean,
pumped.
we could even do it over Discord. Just saying.
No, okay, this is on, guys. We're gonna see who wins. If you can't use that goddamn green deck, I can't stand that green deck. That thing is bullshit.
It's amazing.
Oh look, this tramples too. Oh look, that tramples as well. It's like, what the fuck is going on? I don't have no options. It's great. Okay, so yeah, the art on those cards is always really beautiful, right? Like it's really
Yeah,
nice, well done, and they always
definitely.
credit the artist on the card itself, so you could be like follow that person. So uh, after this news broke, Jason, the plagiarist, took to Twitter to give his statement, and following the break, He admits that the wrongdoing, and he knows that he can't be forgiven. He claims that he was under a lot of stress and like, oh, it's just my workload. But he says that that's not a good excuse, but that was the reason. And he says he's trying to get OMG Scary Pet name to be accredited on the card. So that part where you see their name, he's trying to get that to be him. In the tweet, he said exactly, I've waited to make a public response because I wanted to reach out to the affected artist, Kit LaPena, Raymond Swanlin, and WOTC first. I was overworked, but that's no excuse. I messed up, but I'm trying to make amends. So, Daniel, what should be done for Jason Felix? How does he move on from here? After you've been seen as a plagiarist, what do you do?
Ah, man, this one's tough because well, one, it's always funny that they always like blame, oh yeah, I was overworked, I was stressed out. Like, no, like you just got caught and now you're trying to get out of it.
Mm.
It sucks. Him getting out of it is hard because if you already copied one time, how many other times has he done the same thing?
Yeah.
And it's like, so does the company take action, suspend him, and then fire him? Like, decide to just like let him go? Um, it's really tough. Tough call. There's no. I mean, it's not a crime that you're gonna get punished by the law or something, but it's it's pretty bad, especially you're working for a company like that. I would say suspended right now, then start looking into his other artwork and
Yeah.
seeing if he's done it before,
Mhm.
and then if he has, just boot him because you don't need somebody like that. Even though his work's amazing,
I think that's
but
fair. Yeah, just like this is the one time you let him get away with it. Not but even, but he is still suspended without pay and stuff. But
yeah,
yeah, how many artists? Because this artist only found out about it because somebody had messaged them on their DeviantArt page saying like, "Hey, I think Magic's stolen from you," and so then they went forward with looking into it. But how many artists didn't
yeah,
know that their artwork was stolen because they don't look at Magic cards? They just draw
yeah,
stuff on the side or whatever. Uh, it's it's interesting. Plagiarism is so hard to fight. I mean, even as podcasters, we try to make sure we don't copy anybody else or stuff like that. That's the reason I stopped listening to a lot of geek podcasts because I found myself. We did this back in like episode 50-ish around there, like way back, where I'd be like, "Oh, according to this podcast or according to that podcast," and I would mention something. And I was like, "That's not fair for anybody
yeah,
for me to be listening to other podcasts and then bring their work into it." I would definitely always quote them, but still, it's just not the same. And then same thing with like our website. We have sources on everything we write. So all the stuff we're saying even right now, if you go to our website, you guys will find the source for everything we talk about. And then if we use somebody else's article or something like that, we cite their work, we put it in quotes, everything like that, because it's just fair. This guy didn't do that, and it's almost like I think he shouldn't be a creator anymore.
yeah,
But it's so hard. We've all fucked up before. We've all made mistakes. I don't know. I think,
yeah,
yeah, I think you're probably right though. Just give him the slap on the wrist this one time and look into that past work. But I don't know how they're
yeah.
gonna go about that.
So is he able to, I'm just curious, I don't know
Yeah.
if you know, like, is he able to, like, just go around looking at, like, Google and then, like, "Man, I like this guy's artwork." Can he hit him up and, like, "Hey, I wanna make a magic card out of it?" I wonder if they're allowed to do that too.
Yes. So, just like us, we own the rights to a lot of the like logos and stuff like that. We do all the logos for our podcast,
Mm,
stuff like that. We own the rights to that image and stuff like that. And a lot of the times, I just gotta straight up buy it. You have to buy the license for it. The music that
oh,
you guys just heard at the start of the podcast, I paid Scott Holmes is the artist. I paid him X amount of money to own the rights to publish that song, and that's what you have to do. If you find an artist you like, you pay them the money to be able to redistribute their stuff, and it's not cheap. That's the thing. And
yeah,
how do you? I mean, like, if you're just gonna borrow that one piece, do you need to credit them at all? Because it's just one piece in a whole big old thing. The rest of that, I mean, the whole card is quite big, and it's just this one dragon on the side of two
yeah.
dragons that he stole. So then the whole card now is tainted.
I wonder if Magic actually pays that artist money for that card since, yeah, it was stolen.
I bet they will, because again, Jason Felix is trying to get his name on it, and so
Yeah.
hopefully he'll also get to pay for it too.
Hmm,
Yeah, Magic actually released a statement. Let's get this one out real quick. These actions do not reflect the values of Wizard, and as a result, we will be suspending future work of Jason Felix until we have been able to bring this matter to successful conclusion. So it sounds like they are working to like get everybody paid.
Yeah.
and accredited that deserve that. I bet it's a struggle at that company because there's so much good art that comes out of them. People who
Yeah,
are
it's all
familiar with Magic, there's a lot of great art there.
yeah. It's almost like, like Yu-Gi-Oh too. Like
Yeah,
there's so much content, like you need to keep producing new stuff and it's like it's hard to go uh, just like make your own. There's just so many things that you've already made, so many different artworks that you've made and then
yeah.
you probably just like decided to make another one and you found out like, "Hey, I just remade another one with a little twist." It's kind of hard.
It
There's just so much content right now, and they're just keep pushing, pushing, pushing.
That's how it is for
That's a
everybody
tough
too,
one.
like YouTubers as well. Like you're trying to make as much content as possible to stay competitive, to appease your fans and grow your fan base, of course, your listener base or viewer base. And it's a matter of time. I mean, you make a copy of something, and it's really hard to compete against that. And I want to follow this up. I want to see what they do with Jason, just because it's just so hard in the digital world right now to not copy
Yeah.
and to stay as original as possible. You'd have to come up with a really unique idea to be original nowadays. Um, have to follow that up. But we will follow up with a Magic game, you and I.
Oh
And
yeah,
and you
definitely.
better build a new deck that's not that piece of shit green deck.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I gotta brush up on the rules and everything, man. I've been playing so long. All right, Tencent, which we all know Tencent as kind of a troublesome game developer or owner, and Chinese police stop cheaters. So the Tencent teams up with the Chinese police to take down a video game cheating ring. The group was
Mm,
known as Chicken Drumstick, great name, and they made their
mhm.
money from a monthly subscription to their cheating services. So the way this works, and let me know if you're familiar with this, Daniel. You pay like Netflix, you pay like whatever, $20 a month, and then you
Yeah.
have access to their software that lets you have aim botting so that you can always aim for people's heads, extra fast travel, all kinds of stuff like this. Are you familiar with the service idea? I always thought it was just something you like installed on a computer. So I didn't know how to do cheating because I'm like a good player. So I don't do that shit.
Yeah.
But were you familiar with the
Um,
services?
I knew there was like a service thing, but I didn't know how it worked. I just remember like Call of Duty like had to pretty much like send out a message to cheaters or the cheating company and say like if you don't stop cheating, FBI are gonna be at your door.
Yeah.
And then pretty much like that company had to send out messages to everybody that had their cheats and be like, if you get caught, that's on you.
Yeah.
But we will stop using our updating our cheating software.
Mhm.
So I knew it was like something like that, but I wasn't really sure
Yeah.
how it worked.
Yeah, there's got to be a few different rings going on. This particular one, the chicken drumstick, they made 76 million by offering these cheats for games like Overwatch, Fortnite, and Call of Duty Mobile. During the arrest, authorities seized $46 million in assets, including a whole suite of luxury cars. This guy's had like gorgeous cars, man, and a motorcycle and stuff, and a Hummer.
Damn.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. It is reassuring to see the Chinese government cracking down on cheaters, albeit at Tencent's request. So the games that were affected were Tencent games, and Tencent has like ties with the Chinese government, right? Because they have the information things, stuff like that, which
Yeah.
all companies in China do. I'm not saying Tencent's wrong in doing that. I'm just saying all companies in China have to be able to provide information to the government if requested. Nothing wrong there. Well, anyways, um, so do you think Tencent would have helped crack down on a game they didn't own just to stop cheating in general, or the Chinese government, for that example? For that,
Wait, what was the question again? Sorry, Tab.
do you think that Tencent would have stopped cheating on a game they don't partially own?
Nah, I don't think so. I think they're more worried about their game, so it doesn't pretty much drop monthly players. So
Right.
that yeah, I think they rather focus on their game, forget about the other games because then if those games go out of business, then they're just gonna be making more money.
Yeah.
So
Right. Right.
it's more their benefit.
Yeah. They own. Okay, so Tencent owns part of. They just recently got a piece of Activision Blizzard. So that's your
Mhm.
Overwatch and your Call of Duty Mobile, and then they own a pretty good chunk of Epic Games, which that's your Fortnite. So the games that were directly being affected by these cheaters is the reason that they wanted to make sure to get these guys down. It would be nice when Tencent has so much power in the gaming industry, especially in China. It'd be nice if
Yeah,
they were just generally trying to stop cheating. Um, Daniel, can you kind of explain to us? I know this is kind of not in the red questions. Can you kind of explain to us why it's bad for a company to have cheaters out there? Bad for a game's health.
It just ruins everybody's, what did you say, morale?
Yeah,
Like nobody wants to hop into a game, and then you get into a game, and then all of a sudden you just die right away. There's no skill. They just locked onto your head, killed you. I've seen it on PUBG. The game's pretty much dead right now.
yeah,
You only get
notoriously
like
bad.
those, yeah, you just get those diehard fans right now, which was a good game. It just honestly kills your mood. Like you could just be having fun, just killing people, then all of a sudden you just get sniped, and it's like, okay, why did I do all this work? I put on all these hours for this game to get better, and I just died to a cheater,
Yeah.
and there's no anti-cheat to fix it. Especially Call of Duty, they have no anti-cheat
So then
software.
they lose players, and
Yep.
worst of all, they get a bad name. Like PUBG, for
Hmm.
example, I know people who aren't trying it because it's notoriously bad about cheating. And
Yep.
so then they're losing out income altogether. And then a lot of these companies like Fortnite, they survive off of additional skin buying and battle passes and stuff like that. Which I just bought a couple skins, so I'm like, oh my god, here I go, for Fortnite. Um, but yeah, so with if cheating's a problem, they're not going to want to stick around and invest
Yeah.
the additional money. So yeah, uh,
And it's sad because a lot of these people that cheat too, they just do it for enjoyment. Like they like pissing people off.
that's it right there. Yeah, it's
Uh,
like trolling.
Yeah, it's disappointing, and it's like, okay, you have a 15.0 KDA, but it's like, really, you're not good.
Yeah,
You're not good. Why do you even have fun doing that? It's honestly disappointing.
it's a whole different mentality on how do you find fun. Like to me, I find fun in working with other people or conquering the game properly and like you know enjoying the story when other people will find fun for just trolling other people. We see it in comment sections, stuff
Yeah,
like that, and whatever. And it's a shame when it's sitting there just hurting a game that people put a lot of money, effort, and time into, and their livelihood depends on it. And here you're cheating just to be a
yeah.
jerk, and it's affecting a lot of real people. So I kind of think this should be a federal offense or like a criminal offense, right? And we should start actually busting down on these cheating companies here in the
Oh,
U.S.
I wish.
Yeah. Do you think that would be something that the U.S. government would get involved with? Actually, starting to well, you were saying that they said FBI is going to be going to your door. Do you think we might see an increase
Well,
in that as gaming becomes more mainstream?
I don't think so. Honestly, I don't think our government would really go after people like that.
Mm,
And look at Call of Duty; they sent that like months ago, and yeah, we still have multiple cheaters right now in this game.
yeah,
Um, yeah, that's not our government's top priority, which it should, and
not
they
necessarily
need
top
to.
priority, but it should be a growing priority with video
Yeah,
games
it
becoming
should
a bigger industry than the film industry. You think that
definitely.
they would be working on cheaters like they did on piracy for movies, but you don't ever hear about it.
Yeah. Um, honestly, I wish they did, but they won't though.
Yeah.
It's so
They
sad.
just think it's just a bunch of kids playing, and it's like, no, there's some storytelling done in video games that can never be touched by movies. Like it's actually
Yeah.
very good content. Uh,
I feel like they need to start doing like stricter laws. If they
mm,
start implementing stricter laws and then put fear into these companies, like, hey, we find out you're making these cheats for gamers, you will be in jail for like 20 years, or like give them like a
yeah.
hard like thing, because they're making money out of this.
Oh yeah,
They're making fat money.
$76 million those other guys made for that. That's nuts.
I'm wondering if they even pay taxes. Like, do you think like
Probably
the
not.
government, like they make cheats for
Yeah,
video games?
yeah, right. What do you pay? What do you put on your taxes?
Yeah, I know.
I
I
made people
wonder if
run
they.
fast in PUBG.
I wonder if they do. I mean, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, it could be a way. Like that's how they got Al Capone. That could be a way to get people, as through their tax evasion. Um, okay, so you're saying to hit the companies. How do you feel about punishing the individuals using the cheats, using the services? Much like, okay, if somebody's making pirated videos,
Yeah.
they get snagged by the law, but so does the person buying the pirated video. Do you think that should be applied? And a lot of times it's younger people too, under 18, that are getting these
Honestly,
cheats.
I'm down for it. I despise cheaters, so
So
like
yeah,
I'm always down for anything like that. Could Could there be a thing that's added to your internet that it could track stuff like that? Is that a possibility? And then they go
It's
off
hard because it's
that?
not like in general. I mean, they could track your internet usage and stuff like that. They would definitely see who's participating in the cheating. Um,
Mm,
yeah, so they'd have to probably bust the company first and then branch out from there. Like, okay, these are what the company's clients
yeah.
are, and bust them out that way. But yeah,
Yeah.
I would punish them, make it a fine, make it something, make it kind of severe to really crack down on this. What's the last experience you've had with a cheater?
Just the other day when me and my buddy were playing Call of Duty. I think it was like last week.
Yeah.
Like I was doing pretty decent. I had like 8 kills in Call of Duty. And then all of a sudden, the guy had walling because he was able to pretty much track me. And then right when I peeked the wall, he already pre-fired and killed me. And I was like,
Oh,
wait, what?
walling is where they could see through walls.
Yeah, they could just
Okay.
see through
I don't know the
walls.
cool lingo.
And then he just pre-fired because he knew I was about to peek that corner.
Oh
Just
wow.
pre-fired and shot me. There's a lot of like it's not just aimbot. It's mostly like there's a lot of just walling and stuff like that.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
have seen a
it's
cheat where it was actually during an esports event as well, and I learned about it. And it actually showed like red squares through
mhm.
buildings, and then like yeah, that's he's cheating because he could see the red squares are people, and he could see them through
Yeah, yeah,
walls and
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that. So now I know they're walling. Okay. Um.
I just wish like companies like Call of Duty that make millions of dollars, they should step up and add anti cheats. Like they should take I like what WoW kind of does because they do randoms like every
Yeah.
random time or whatever. That's what they should be doing. They just
Well,
do
Call of Duty
random
does,
checks.
and they announce when they do it. It's usually a couple 100,000, but it's just not enough.
Nah, but it takes like over 2 months for them to decide, oh, let's do a random now.
Yeah.
They need to do randoms every single week
I see.
to get these people and then make it so that they can't actually get another subscription. But
Yeah.
they don't do that because they want that money from that player, and that's the
Yeah.
problem.
Somehow like block their DNS, something like that. Make it to
Yes,
where like that now that house cannot use Call of Duty.
yes,
And you do that
but
a couple times, people will. I mean, yeah, it's hard because you got VPNs and stuff like that too. But oh man,
yeah, make
it
it
needs to
hardware
be
ban.
taken more seriously in general. I think by everybody.
Yeah, definitely. But
Ruining
these
games for companies.
companies are greedy and want money, and that's the problem. So they're like, "Oh yeah, we'll just ban you." Just like in PUBG, like Steam,
Yeah.
you just like change your name and then like you
Oh
make
yeah.
another PUBG account.
We did that with our card.
I love PUBG. Me, Joe, and like a couple fellas. One lives in Texas. Like, we played almost every single day,
Yeah.
like thousands of hours in that game, and then it's like, well, now we don't play it because too many cheaters. Game never got fixed. People were flying in cars, and then I was getting shot when I landed. Like it's pointless to play a game like that.
Yeah. Hopefully, Call of Duty gets ahead of this and starts to invest the money. Not even invest the money, but crack down where it needs to be cracked down, or otherwise they're not going to get
Yeah,
those new subscriptions. They're just going to all be cheaters, and people are going to leave the game. Hopefully they
definitely.
start doing that pretty soon. All right. Xbox has a new policy for their Xbox Gold. It's currently in testing, but players will be able to use free-to-play games for free, create parties, and chat and join voice chats all for free. So normally you would have to pay like the Xbox Gold subscription price for that.
Yeah,
Games like Fortnite and Rocket League will benefit from these new perks. Fortnite's one of the biggest games in the world, but they were behind this Xbox Gold paywall before. You still had to pay for that weekly or that monthly sub. Do you think Xbox should just ditch the whole Xbox Gold thing now?
uh, I wish they did. Um, that's That's why I like PC. You don't have to pay a subscription to
Yeah,
like play with people. You just purchase the game, which the company makes money for every time you buy a Xbox game. They're making money. So why are they being so greedy and making? Oh, you have to use this to play our online servers. It's so bull crap.
yeah,
That's why I haven't had a subscription in a while. And then me and my buddy, we usually like we'll get a new subscription to Xbox just to play Madden.
right,
Now we're just buying it on PC because why not?
right.
Why pay the extra $60 or $50 or whatever it is? I think it's on sale right now for $40. But why pay that when you just buy the game at $60 and then just play?
Right. Yeah. Do you think that using so in a modern era, because I think this arose back when like online gaming was brand new, when people were playing Halo
Hmm.
2, and everything was very complicated and narrow. But now that
Yeah.
everything's online, the PC or the gaming systems have to be online all the time and stuff like that. Do you think paying an online service even works anymore, or could you imagine not having it? Like, I don't understand why it still exists. Do you think it should be phased out of all, including PlayStation? The
Yeah,
monthly subs?
I definitely think they should just phase it out. I mean, you're already paying the game. I mean, you're making money for every time they're playing. Like all these other games, how do PC make money? Like PC games and stuff like that. They just buy the game and then you
Yeah,
play their service and that's it. I mean, they're and okay, I'm fine with them if they reduce the price for the year subscription. Hey, $20 a year.
that's what
Okay,
Nintendo's is,
that's
20
fine.
bucks a year.
$15, $10, something like that. Make it like drop the price, not $50 just a whole year. And it's like it's not worth it. That's why honestly I feel like it's the better route is to go PC because you're
Yeah,
not paying that extra like subscription.
I agree. And we're there's a lot of these little extra perks they try to add in to make it feel right, but if you're an Xbox player, you get Game Pass, it has all these games that you could be playing. And then if you get Xbox Gold, which you could do the ultimate and join the two, but if you have Xbox Gold, you get 2 free games a month, 4 if you count the old systems. Um, and those are added to your library, but it's like they're having to give you these free games to kind of justify the existence of it anymore. Just
I
make it
get
part of Gold or Game Pass like we talked about in
yeah.
the past, or ditch the entire thing. And then PlayStation, I'm paying for the PlayStation thing now because I got that PS5, and I only give a shit about the free games they give me every month. I
Yeah.
just get those. Matter of fact, when this podcast comes out, guys, there's new games that came out on PlayStation on the 6th, so keep an eye out for those. Um, but that's it, and other than that, I really don't care about the game,
Yeah.
their version of it either. So
Um I mean, I get free games off Epic Game Store, and guess what? I don't have to pay for them.
I sure do as well,
I,
man. I never pass those up.
that's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
like, okay. And then if it was like, okay, it sounds stupid, but like, okay, if I was paying for Xbox because I had no internet and it provides me internet or something like that, okay, I could understand
That
that,
would be awesome. Yeah.
right? But just to play online, you're
Yeah.
paying a monthly subscription, which I did back then when I was only
Oh, yeah.
Xbox or
Shit, I think I have one active. I
PlayStation.
just haven't looked into it in a while. Yeah.
Like, it makes no sense that they still do it.
Yeah.
And I mean, once once people finally like, start canceling their thing,
Yeah.
going PC route, they're gonna start realizing like, oh, maybe we should just cancel this or drop the price.
Yeah. And I think more people are moving to PC more than ever before. And now with the
A
streaming
lot of people.
services like Project X Cloud and stuff like that, it's even easier. You don't need a full on gaming PC to do that. They're gonna start to
Eh,
realize like, oh wait, PC life is the best life. And
Yeah.
I mean, I have a
Now right
PS5 controller
now,
like next to my computer right now. I play my PS5 games on my computer very easily. It's not a problem at all.
yeah. Well, one more thing, like right now with the gaming industry, you're doing a lot of cross-platform games now.
True.
You're getting all that. You're getting PlayStation and PC and Xbox playing together.
Yeah.
So now it's like, okay, well, you know,
Yeah,
let's
if
go
you
PC.
it's kinda crazy to think that, like, you're in a Fortnite match and some of those players are playing for free and some of them are paying $10. Like,
Yeah,
that shit
it's
and you're in the same
insane.
exact match, doing the same exact things with the same exact
Like,
skins. Why are some of you guys paying more?
yeah, like my buddy, he plays PlayStation 4 and I play on PC. We playing Call of Duty, and I'm like, bro, you paying for internet and the subscription to play freaking PlayStation? Fuck that.
Sucker! You might as well
I
be
could
paying
be
for
buying
cheats.
battle passes. I'm just saying.
Yeah. When are you gonna join me on Fortnite?
See, I'm 30.
I know. I'm
I'm
literally playing
good.
because my godson who's like 8 is like got a new gaming PC and he's like, I want to play video games with you. And I'm like, all right, so what do you got? And then
Yeah.
he loves Fortnite. So now I'm like playing Fortnite with him and I'm like, I'm actually okay, like I don't like the game, but I'm actually getting better at it. So
Oh.
I got my first duos win and I was like, oh shit, well I'm actually like a king at this game now. but I could use more people joining us.
What about Squeaks? Why don't you play with him?
Squeaks this whole week's been like off the planet. Yeah, he's just been busy
Yeah.
with work and stuff like that. So he doesn't play very many video games, and he still has to like I don't know finish World of Warcraft leveling. I think so.
Nah,
But
he finished that. He just needs to get gear.
yeah, which by the time gear comes out, or by the time he's back on it, a whole new set of gear is gonna be out. So he'll find it pretty easily. Um, we need to talk about at some point, not necessarily now, because we're trying to make this a shorter one. We need to talk about the state of Shadowlands and how it's kind of collapsing right now. There's all kinds of people that are saying that like it's the worst drop off in all of World of Warcraft history. And so like it was such a strong expansion, but because there's no patch
Yeah.
coming up and stuff like that. We'll talk about that on a later episode because that's going to be a deep dive. I think we got a lot of ranting to do on
Yeah.
that one. Next up, Amazon opens up a new studio. This is in Montreal. This comes weeks after Google's closure of their studio, so it was pretty interesting that like one closed, the other one opened. Kind
Yeah.
of a one-upsman. Uh, Amazon's new CEO, Andy Jassy, which I just love that name, is Jassy or Jazzy, pledges to continue their pursuits in gaming. Montreal will be their fourth studio. They also have Orange County, San Diego, and Seattle. Amazon Montreal's first project will be an online multiplayer game. They brought in a bunch of vets from Rainbow Six. I could go over the list, but just heads up, it's basically everybody from Rainbow Six is working over at this new studio. Um, and so, uh, first off, did you ever play Rainbow Six?
Yes.
Okay, what did you think of Rainbow Six Siege? I'm sorry, it's Siege.
Siege.
Yeah,
I played a little bit. It was a fun game. I didn't really like the graphics. People still play it. I bought it for $10. I mean, it was a fun. Um, it's pretty much like a esports game, which
yeah.
is pretty awesome. So I'll actually watch the competitive gameplay of
Mhm.
it. Takes a lot of skill.
It is
Definitely.
very high skill cap, and when I'm watching it,
Yeah.
it's a lot of shield work. You notice how much they use the shield in that
Yeah.
game, and that
And then
fascinates me. There's like some shield on shield battles and stuff.
and I feel like it's like you have to have the eyesight to react fast enough to shoot somebody first.
Yeah.
It's just like at CS:GO. They
Oh,
see
good
you
example.
first. Yeah, so um it was cool, but playing by yourself is not fun.
No, I think it has to have friends involved. Uh,
Hmm.
what does Amazon bring to the table? What are they going to do to the gaming industry that other companies can't do? What is Amazon reinventing in the gaming industry?
Reinventing?
Yeah, because there's got to be so they're putting in more money into this. They're putting in more studios. Now
Yeah,
we have four
definitely
studios.
money.
What are they going to do to the industry that we haven't seen Microsoft or Ubisoft or anything like that do?
Yeah, the only thing well, I think they're gonna make esports bigger. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking they're
Okay.
gonna try to go with the more esports thing. I'm kind of hoping they try to make New World like a PvP, like try to do like what WoW does with their arenas. I'm kind of
Yeah.
hoping they do something with that, like just make esports huge, especially with their money, and they just got people from Ubisoft. I wonder if they start poaching more people, more production crews and stuff like that
Yeah,
that
the
make
low
these
end
games.
developers and stuff like that too,
Yeah,
because
like
these are all high end
CS:GO.
guys that they got, but they can grab a bunch from the low end.
Yeah. Like they could get some people from like CS:GO, stuff like that. They could definitely make a really good esports game. A good shooter or something like that.
Yeah,
I'm
and
hoping it's not CS:GO though, like a CS:GO
it,
Valorant game.
but it
Hopefully it's
can't.
something good.
Valorant is what I'm thinking of. I think it's gonna probably be a little similar to Valorant, probably
Oh, yeah.
just because it works
Uh
so well and it's easy to tune. No,
I'm honestly like I'm excited for Amazon because it's like those new companies, they're actually trying.
yeah,
They're not just like, oh, let me just make some content. They're like, okay, let me drop content and let me hear what everybody says.
yeah,
Because their new update changed New World for the better, which was crazy. Because I know you were complaining about it. A
yeah.
couple people were complaining, and then I was watching somebody like talk about the new update, and they're like, oh my god, they fixed a lot of the issues.
My
And
exact complaint they're addressing right now, and I'm excited. Like
yeah,
you never hear of a company doing this, but what New World has done is like, hey, here's the game we're gonna make. Oh, you guys aren't responding to that? Okay, we're gonna totally change
Yeah.
everything about this game then. And they've reinvented that game. And then when people were like, well, it's a little aimless, like, okay, here's the goals then. Like they are responding lightning fast to feedback.
Yeah.
And man, and you're right. It's that new guy in town feel where it's just
Yep.
like they are trying to impress the shit out of us, and
Uh-huh.
I'm
They
okay with
are.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which is awesome. So
yeah,
I'm hoping with their money that they have, you know, if they're making a shooter, which it sounds like it,
yeah,
especially being Ubisoft. Well, Ubisoft ain't just shooters. But anyways, hopefully they have a good anti-cheat in place,
yeah.
That'll definitely bring people like, oh, we have a really good anti-cheat.
Mhm.
Um, just keep doing what they're doing. I'm hoping Amazon is like the big company, the next big company.
If as long as they've earned it, yes. As long as they don't like outbuy people, I'm totally on board with
Yeah,
that. And then I'm excited for them to do more Twitch integration because they own Twitch as well. So
yeah,
do some cool stuff where like there was, I think it's called hyperspace something, where viewers could actually vote on effects to happen in the match.
ah,
And yeah, all of a sudden, oh hey, there's like less gravity, so people are jumping higher. Everybody who was watching all the different streams that were a part of this one match voted on that, and now people are jumping higher. That is such a cool way to bring in the Twitch viewers and a person
mhm,
who's streaming now and stuff like that. Uh, it's fun. It's a stream is just a million times better when at least one person is just chatting away in chat. So that kind of engagement, because we talked about Ludwig's stream, the guy who's been streaming for over 20 days straight now, night and day, even while he's sleeping. Twitch is becoming a really good source of entertainment for a lot of people. And for a
yeah,
lot of younger people, it's their main source of entertainment. Just like for me, actually, what I watch the most is YouTube, not Netflix or anything like that.
yeah,
And it's something that was unheard of a few years ago when broadcast television was everything. So embrace Twitch, bring
yeah.
a marriage of the two worlds better and stuff like that. And I think we might have something there, um, where we're leaning into like a future that looks more recognizable to me. Something I've always wanted.
Do you,
Uh, yeah,
do you think it's possible that since Amazon is making more games and stuff, and they're trying to compete with other gaming companies, do you think it's possible that since they own Twitch, that they'll stop allowing people to like play certain games, or do you think it'll just be like Twitch will be Twitch, they won't mess with that, or do they even have? If are they even allowed to do stuff like that, or owning Twitch?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like if they start regulating, like, hey, you can only play Amazon-based games on Twitch or something crazy
Yes.
like that, right? Um, it's tricky. I don't think they'll ever go that far because I think they just want people participating in Twitch.
Yeah.
They get half of the sub at the as whatever associate level, whatever the first level is. They get half of the sub money. So when somebody subs to
Mm.
somebody, it's usually $5. 250 goes to the person, and the 250 goes to Amazon or Twitch. So there's a lot of money in just bringing people over. And Twitch is very much the Wild West right now, where I mean, I could play basically whatever music I want. They'll catch it later. Nowadays, like
Mm.
in the last month or so, they've been really kicking in on that. But generally, you've been always able to just play whatever music you want. Unless somebody reported you for something, one of your viewers reported you on something, it's a pretty open broadcast system. It's like early YouTube. Um,
Mm.
because it's so live, it's hard to regulate, right?
Yeah.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see what they can do. I can't imagine them trying to limit what you could stream. They're just gonna make
Mhm.
sure that the rights are safe. I think that's what they're all worried about, that like plagiarism and copywriting and stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
So, and then cheats. I think they'll probably have a thing that tracks cheats better. Because I have seen that where people who are on Twitch and cheating, that's used as
Mhm.
the enforcement against them. So good. you know, catch
Yeah,
those
yeah, yeah.
bastards. So
Definitely this is great news, honestly. Like, I'm super excited for the future
right.
because I'm hoping they just make great games.
Yeah.
Starting now, I hope they make really good games.
I hope they hire that entire Google team that they just got laid off a few weeks ago to have a new studio opening up. If they could hire them, I mean, it's more work for Montreal. Montreal is booming in the gaming industry right now. Ubisoft Montreal's been there for a long time, and it's where a lot of our favorite like Assassin's Creed games come out of that studio. WB Montreal is doing really well over there too. That's where all the Shadow of War stuff comes from. And
Yeah.
so it's always good for more business to open up and get more people to work. Uh, and we just had the Google one go, so hopefully it
Yeah.
transitions easily.
Yeah, but it was Stadia, right? You said.
Yeah, but it was the Stadia's video game studio where they were making new games for Stadia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, hopefully, like I'm hoping like Amazon doesn't try to like get into that VR stuff, that streaming stuff. I hope they just
yeah. Just
focus
focus on
on
games.
yeah, focus on games. We need new MMOs too. So,
Yeah,
like I said, I'm hoping this new world game. I'm actually gonna play it. I'm excited for it.
yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully, you're playing too, Jeff.
Oh,
Right?
I definitely will. Yeah, the bit I played, I liked the game play. I didn't like the fact that there was no end yet. And so I didn't
Yeah.
know, I was like, why are we out here doing this? That wasn't answered yet. And they didn't necessarily know at the time either. But that is exactly what they're addressing right now. They're building out
Yeah.
dungeons and stuff like that, which is like, yeah, there was no dungeons when I was playing. There was because it was just an early beta thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you were
Yeah.
mostly just running around. But now we're actually getting into that part. And so I'm excited for all those things coming ahead.
I'm hoping that they add like I don't know if they even have it yet. I know they started adding battlegrounds like PvP stuff, but I'm hoping it's like they add like stuff from Black Desert Online, like you gotta control your tower, your town.
Yeah.
Like you're in a guild and you gotta control your town,
It's
and you
exactly
gotta
that
try.
actually.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
actually could charge taxes or something like that in your town too. Like if somebody goes to the vendor and buys something, there's
Hmm.
a tax. I'm not exactly sure the details. Scott is the one that knows more about this because he plays that game a lot. Um, and so your guild tries to control towns so that they can get money from the taxes people spending there, and then that funds the guilds. There's like they have that
Yeah.
whole system in place now. It's pretty cool.
Well, I'm hoping it's like more like a PvP thing. Like we're gonna like fight this other town
Yeah,
of guilds or whatever, and then see which one's better or stronger or whatever. So you just like send your own army over there, and you have defenders, stuff like that. Hopefully, they do stuff like that too.
yeah. We'll have to see because there's a lot of potential there, and they're
Yeah,
definitely stepping it up.
definitely.
All right, last bit of news stuff here. Microsoft wants to buy Discord. So Discord's taking bids right now, buying the company. They could also become a open public traded company. So there's also that up there. One of the big names that are interested is Microsoft. They're offering $10 billion. This is according to Bloomberg. So, what do you think would happen if Microsoft bought Discord?
I think Discord's gonna be shit. Honestly,
Yeah,
you could get ads. Then I Discord already has a pay every month subscription, but I think the subscription will
but it's
probably
completely
go.
optional. Like by the way, I just
Yeah,
want to throw this out there. Tabby just boosted our server. Thank you very much, Tabby, for that. But until then, none of us spent a penny on Discord.
yeah. I think pretty much you're gonna pay more, or they'll be like, "Well, get ad free," and I believe that I think they're gonna start adding video games links to the Discord,
Yeah,
which isn't bad. But then I'm like, I just want Discord to be my social media and like just to pretty much chat. I don't
yeah.
want don't add like Minecraft to the game to the Discord or whatever. Uh,
You don't want them to add like a video game, like a Steam, a video game
yes.
shop to Discord itself.
Yes, correct.
It's funny because a couple of my complaints that Microsoft has is the Xbox audio is not great when you're talking to other people, so Discord could fix that. And everybody hates the Microsoft Store, video game store on the PCs. And if they did that with Discord, that might fix that as well. That could become their version of a shop. But it would ruin our good old Discord though. Discord's this kind
Yeah,
of unicorn thing where you really don't have to pay anything and you get so much out of it.
yeah,
People who use Slack and stuff like that, all that, but better. It's got so much
yeah,
more.
yeah.
So
So would they tie because Microsoft would they just tie in their Xbox to connect to a Discord server when you're playing
I bet they
chat?
would use that. I bet they would use the
Yeah,
Discord environment as a new party system on Xbox if they were smart, because the Discord
yeah,
system works so well. It's my
yeah, it
favorite
does.
social media because it's just our close, knit family and friends and Geek Freaks listeners that are on there, and so it's tailor made to what I don't care about what's going on with the latest thing from Rihanna. I want to know, how's everybody doing on Star
Yeah,
Trek Day? That's the stuff I care about,
yeah.
and that's right there on Discord. So
Yeah,
yeah,
you get all the patch notes too, because like you get those little bots that tell you patches for every single game that you put into it,
yeah.
which is also nice. Like Discord's nice right now, and I mean they could make it better, or they're just gonna make us like hate ourselves when we use
Yeah.
it and buy ad free. I think they're gonna definitely add ads to it that'll be hard to do ads, but there'll be ads
There'll
running
be
or
a little
something.
corner on the side of Discord that's always showing an ad.
Yeah.
They do that on Xbox. I can't freaking stand it, but Xbox does it. Where for some reason there's ads on my Xbox that I spent too much damn money for. And you guys,
Yeah.
and I'm paying for Xbox Gold and Game Pass. And for some reason, I'm seeing an ad on my Xbox. I'm sorry, I thought I owned this machine.
Yeah.
Why am I renting it from you? Get the hell out of here. So, yeah, I don't understand why that's the case, but they would totally do that, and you're 100% right on that. And they would probably start regulating the bots too. We couldn't put in all the bots that we like to use. There's a lot of fun ones out there. There's a Pokemon bot where you can play Pokemon through Discord. All kinds of cool stuff like that. That patch notes bot I didn't know about. We might have to set that up on ours. That's pretty cool. Where it just posts all the patch notes from games that you like. Okay, we might have to do that.
And
That's
there's a music bot too.
yeah. Oh yeah, Joe's a big fan of that. Jesus.
Yeah, Joe loves that one.
Yeah. Hey Joe, you like playing video games? Yeah, let's go ahead and play some random internet songs at full volume while we're talking.
Yeah, a lot of times I just get random messages like League of Legends patch, boom, or
I like that.
Call of Duty, PUBG. Yeah, it's pretty
Can you
cool.
say what specific games it pays attention to?
I'm guessing so because like it's usually games that we play. Like WoW is a bot there too, unless somebody's just posting it. But I just get random messages like patch notes.
Okay, I'll look into that. That's pretty good. We might add
Yeah.
that to our Discord, guys. By the way, everybody's welcome to our Discord. The link is in the description. Patrons, you guys also have a link that's to a whole other level of Discord. You guys basically have like 5 extra channels you can see. And we do a lot of our executive producer stuff in Discord too. So it's the hookup. But yeah. All right, Daniel, that is it for the news. We're going to be going into our Godzilla versus Kong review now. I'm going to go ahead and take care of that. But go ahead and wrap the show here. Thank you guys very much for joining. Super appreciate it. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.